know how, big your expertise is and all these sort of stuff is, and you listed out all the different like organizations, brands, and stuff you worked with. So one of the things that I kind of want to know is, based on your experience with the organizations and stuff like that, what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned or best experiences you've had?
Oh, biggest lesson that I've learned. Hmm. If there is something that is going on within an organization that doesn't sit right with you,
Yeah.
um, do never be afraid to raise it to a board or a CEO,
Hmm.
because true allyship happens behind closed doors. And I will always say this: if you are working in an organization and something doesn't feel right, or you see someone being mistreated, make sure that you are that ally behind closed doors that sends that email to the board, send the email to the CEO, because that is what you'll be remembered for. And that's the energy that the universe, I believe, will give back to you. And,
Hmm.
sometimes by being an advocate, you can have small losses and they can feel big at the time, especially when it's, you're talking thousands or it's a big job. But actually, those small losses they're worth it, because when you see someone then being protected and being happy at work, or someone is now operating in a space and they're safe again,
Hmm.
it's worth the loss of money,
Wow.
or it's worth the email that you've had to send, etc.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's that's just a testament to like, I guess, the integrity of the way that you handle yourself and the way people should handle themselves. It's, you sometimes hear those stories about the whistleblowers or the people that kind of said something to someone else, and especially in like cultures where there's so much nepotism and stuff like that. That
Mhm.
this person knows that person, so this person gets a job, rather than it be a fact of, genuine skill, genuine ability, and stuff like that. And I think seeing your work in terms of like the underrepresented people to the people that are, with the power. I love how the way you're kind of bending power to
Mm.
do justice, and I think that's just again just another beautiful thing in that sort of way. In terms of the big brands and the big organizations,
Mm.
some people might hear what you say and say, "Oh, she's worked with YouTube, she's worked with TikTok, all these sort of things."
Yeah.
But your response to that was, "Money ain't all that." Do you know what I mean? And what why do you feel like that's pushed you to have that type of view on those things? Because I don't know if you see it like how other people see it, but sometimes it's like
Mm.
BBC, YouTube, this is where we need to go. And you're kind of like, it's not all that. What's kind of got you to that point?
I think I think it's that who manages you and who is paying you affects ultimately the work that you can and can't do.
Mm,
And even if you're being paid to do things that look really revolutionary by a big brand, if they aren't actually if they aren't actually all invested in the change which they're paying you to make, what
yeah,
will happen is you'll keep trying to make that change, and then you'll be getting knocked back.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where that comes in. And I think the real benefit of like the decentralization of the art sector currently, and
Mhm, mhm.
how things are starting to kind of move into smaller hubs, is
Yeah,
that people can actually directly go to their manager, because there's only one person, that's managing them, that they're in a smaller organization, it's smaller funding. And when they go, oh, we're doing this video project about knife crime, oh, we
mhm,
completely need to change this because these young people aren't comfortable. They're not having to go through five people. They're not
yeah,
having to, give sub stories and do jump through loops to be able to actually support. They're actually able to
mhm,
just
mhm.
directly have that human contact and go, listen, these people need a bit more help than this. Let's switch it. And you can make the change a lot quicker and it's a lot more authentic, I'd say.
Okay, so it's kind of just getting getting rid of as many middlemen as possible to get to the change, really.
Yeah, yeah, basically. And again, it's like you've got to think a lot of these big brands and organizations are built off capitalism. And
Yeah,
if you look at their history, they've exploited people of color, disabled people, queer people. And now that they are still kind of profiting from those eras that they were built within, and
yeah.
again, a lot of them still do quite a lot of performative acts. Um,
Mhm.
them funding the art sector and the culture sector, it will never be 100% authentic until they can own up and actually face themselves before
Yeah.
they even try to go into communities and do creative projects and videos and all of that kind of work.
Yeah, yeah.